Have you ever had that dream of turning what you know, what you're passionate about, into an actual paycheck? But then that little voice kicks in, right? I'm not ready. I'm not an expert. Where would I even start? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down a super practical roadmap for doing just that, earning a real salary with your content, even if you're starting from scratch on your couch. So, let's dive right in.
Okay, so check out this quote from the person who actually created this strategy. I mean, how real is that? It's just so honest. This isn't about being some tech genius or having superhuman willpower. It's about having a plan and, honestly, just the guts to take that first step. The point is simple. If a self-proclaimed pro-procrastinator pulled this off, you can too, for sure.
So, let's get real. What is actually holding you back? For so many of us, it's this idea, this myth, that we need some perfectly polished, flawless product before we can even begin. Well, we're about to completely dismantle that idea. So let's kick things off by tackling that first major roadblock. It's a trap that keeps so many amazing ideas from ever seeing the light of day. We're calling it the perfection trap.
This right here flips the whole script. The myth we all tell ourselves is that you have to build a perfect product, then you can sell it. But the reality? Nope. You need a sellable strategy first. Your product is not the starting line. Your strategy is. The product itself? That can and absolutely should evolve as you go.
And this really gets to the heart of the trap. The author of this strategy admits this was their #1 mistake, spending forever creating what they thought was an amazing product, just assuming customers would magically find it. But here's the thing. What you think is perfect and what the market actually wants can be two totally different things.
And this quote from the marketing legend Seth Godin just nails it, doesn't it? The crucial takeaway here is to stop trying to make something for everybody. Real success begins when you switch your focus from trying to get universal appeal to solving a very specific problem for a very specific group of people.
Okay, so if chasing perfection is the trap, what's the escape plan? It's not about working harder, it's about having a smarter, clearer plan. And that brings us to this beautifully simple 4-step roadmap to turn your idea into a real, functioning business. Here it is. And you've got to think of it like a video game. Seriously, you're starting at level 0. Your only mission is to earn your first $10. Not 1,000, not 100, just 10. Once you do that, boom, you've leveled up. Next mission, gather an audience of 100 potential customers. Then you focus on turning them into 100 true fans. And only then, at the very end, do you worry about building a whole system with different income streams. It's a step-by-step path that actually feels manageable.
But what in the world do you sell? There's this cool technique called List 100. You start with a huge topic like writing, and you just force yourself to list 100 ideas connected to it. And as you can see here, you pretty quickly get past the obvious stuff and land on some really unique niche services, like an assistant for social media writing or SNS writing. This is how you dig for gold and find an idea that people will actually pay for.
All right, so you've got an idea, and you have a roadmap, but how do you actually get customers walking in the door? Well, that brings us to our next section, the red carpet strategy. Now, this whole strategy is built on a concept called a sales funnel. I know it sounds a little technical, but it's really just the journey a customer takes, from the first time they ever hear about you, all the way to the moment they decide to buy. It's not about luck, it's a path that you design.
And I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. Instead of a funnel, which can sound kind of clinical, think of it as literally rolling out the red carpet. You're not trying to trap anyone. You're creating a clear, welcoming, and valuable path that guides them straight to the solution you're offering.
So, what's the engine that powers this red carpet? It's the CAP formula. It's just 3 simple steps. First, you capture their attention. Then, you amplify trust by giving them real value. And only after you've done those 2 things do you finally propose a sale. Capture, amplify, propose. Simple.
That middle step, amplify, is so crucial. And here's why. You can't talk to everyone the same way. You've got to adapt your strategy. So, cold customers, they're skeptical, they don't know you from Adam. For them, you've got to offer value for free, no strings attached. Don't even try to sell. Then you've got your warm customers. They're interested, they're leaning in. For them, you provide proof, testimonials, case studies to build their confidence. And finally, your hot customers. These are your fans. They trust you. For them, you can just make a clear offer because they're ready to buy.
So, we've gone over the mindset, the roadmap, and the strategy. Now it's time to bring it all together. This is where the rubber meets the road, where theory becomes action, with one final essential mission.
First up, your timeline. Forget someday. You've got 6 weeks. It's this perfect window of time, short enough that it creates urgency, but long enough that you can actually get it done. This is all about forcing action. not getting stuck in endless planning.
And now, your goal. It's not $10,000. It's just 10. Why? Because this mission isn't about getting rich. It's about proving one single powerful thing, that someone out there in the world will actually pay you for your idea. That first 10 bucks, that's the ultimate validation.
So, why is this tiny mission so incredibly powerful? Well, because it forces you out of your head and into the real world. It proves there's actual demand for your idea with cold, hard cash, not just likes and comments. It teaches you exactly how a real customer finds and buys from you. Earning that first $10 creates a wave of momentum that'll carry you to the next level. And hey, even if you fail, you've learned more in those few weeks than you would in 6 months of just thinking about it.
So here it is, the bottom line. Your journey can start right now. The roadmap is laid out for you. The mission? 6 weeks to earn your first $10. It starts the second you decide it does. So the only question left is the one right there on your screen. What's the first small thing you're going to sell?